So here I'm doing a sketch. Well, not really like a sketch. I mean, I guess it's a sketch, but I'm doing a digital like painting. So the sketch is the line art, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to draw this picture of Jill because I keep seeing pictures of her from the movie because there's gonna be a new movie in the summer. Like literally, so excited, so excited. Anyways, but yeah, I kept seeing this one picture everywhere on Twitter. Like everybody was taking screenshots like, yo, she's gonna be in the new movie. Yes, they're finally back. And like now I just wanted to draw her. Okay? Yeah, so here I'm starting to do the sketch. Now, back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like a year ago, I used to be so bad at drawing girl characters. Like I could not draw girl characters until this picture. I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen. I don't remember which picture it was, but future me is gonna put a picture up on the screen and show you which picture it was. But ever since I drew that picture, my brain snapped and I immediately learned how to draw girl characters. Like, I don't know how I did it. But yeah, so here I did the arm way too like upwards. I was really struggling with that left right arm. Yeah, I flipped the page. So the arm that's to the left or the right side, yeah, the arm that's not drawn in yet, that one, I kept struggling with that because I couldn't do like the perspective. I kept putting it too much downwards. Yeah, but I did get the perspective because I drew it as like little cylinders, I guess. I don't know, beats me. I was actually gonna keep it like that, but I ended up changing it later on. So here I'm doing the eyes in like, yeah, I don't really know how to draw eyes. Well, I do know how to draw eyes, but like, I don't know that many eye shapes. So I just put any like little shape and it turned out okay. Well, it actually turned out really good actually. Yeah, I don't really draw girl characters, so I really don't know how to like draw their eyes, but again, this is fun. You know? Now this is my favorite part of the sketch, drawing the hair. Now ever since I drew that picture of Leon, which is gonna be after this one, I'm gonna show it after. Ever since I drew that picture, I found a new method of drawing hair, and like, then it just made me excited to draw her hair because I did that little like swoop, a bang, I don't know what that's called, I'll put an arrow. But yeah, here I realized that she was wearing some sort of like headphones or something, so then I had to draw that in. But yeah, the hair turned out so good, like literally, because if you didn't know, short hair like that is like one of my favorite hairstyles to draw. That's why my persona has that sort of hairstyle. So yeah, the hair was really fun to draw. So yeah, right here I'm fixing like her shirt area quotes. Anyways, because it just kept looking off, it just didn't look right, so I had to keep fixing it. And then I realized that it was one tiny little line that I didn't draw that messed up the entire picture. Oh yeah, so here I'm like, yeah, I'm fixing the arm because as I said earlier, they were just two little cylinders, so I added, you know, lines. I added literally some lines and, you know, made it look better. So as you can see right there, I drew the gun, but later on the gun actually gets cropped out, and you know, I'm fine with that because I didn't want to draw the gun, first of all, because I just felt like it was gonna look bad. So yeah, when I zoomed in the picture, it was just cropped out. So yeah, here I'm fixing like her shirt because it just kept looking weird, and I finally made it look correct, I guess. I realized that it wasn't like angled the correct way because the entire photo is tilted at like an angle, and I realized that her shoulder to the right was way too long. So yeah, I fixed up the sketch and now on to the painting. So here I'm doing the background, and From a lot of different like videos, I've learned that the background doesn't even have to look good. All you have to do is like block out the shapes, just add little splotches of colors, and then blur it a lot, and literally no one would even know, okay? The background would look so crisp, so clean. Like look at this don't even look good. But just wait till you see it, okay? I blurred the background and it just looks really nice. So yeah, so I got these colors from the actual picture. I really didn't want to like find colors, okay? I'm not really that good with finding colors, so I just used the colors from the actual picture. It was kind of hard to find some base colors, but yeah, I found them. I didn't know what color her eyes were, because apparently like in some of the games her eyes are gray, but then in other games her eyes are blue. But gray eyes is a form of blue eyes, so I just made her eyes blue. So yeah, I was gonna change up the hair color. I was gonna make the hair a more brighter like brown color, but it wasn't matching with the background and the color scheme. Oh, see, as you can see here, I blurred the background and the background just looks good. So this part was really satisfying, doing all the shading, all the like base coats of shading, I guess. Comment down below if you want me to make a video on how to digital paint, okay? Cause it'd be really fun. Yes, as you can see here, the lips are really bright. I changed that up later because, you know, whatever. And here I realized that I forgot to add like the detail on her outfit. I think that's the thing where she holds her gun. I'm pretty sure it is. I think it is, okay? But yeah, so here I'm like blurring out all the shadows, blurring it, blending it. I don't know, okay? I'm blurring out all the shadows because whenever I digitally paint, I blur out the shadows until at one point I realized that I shouldn't overdo the blurring. Whenever you're digital painting, don't overdo the blurring. Some of the shadows should have soft shading and some of the shadows should just have hard shading. Okay, so yeah. I think here I'm just doing the details on her shirt. The shirt was okay. It didn't come out as detailed as I wanted it to, but it's fine. So yeah, so here I'm redoing her lips. I always really like to do the lips. So yeah. I added like a little shading layer in airbrush. I did it in airbrush and then put it on overlay because her face wasn't as shaded as it was in the picture. So yeah, that's what I did. And here I'm shading her hair, which was my favorite part of the entire picture because all I did was do little scribbles. All I did was scribble on the hair and it turned out so well for some reason. Like little scribbles turn out so good. So yeah, so here I'm making the picture extra shiny because once I did the hair, my brain was like, now you have to make the entire picture really shiny. So yeah, I really like the shiny details. The picture wasn't as that bright, the original photo, but I decided to do all the shinies. And here I forgot to color in the gun, so I did that. And yeah, I think I'm finished. I'm just adding even more shinies because it's fun to add the highlights. And yeah, here's the finished photo. Here I'm drawing Leon. Now, I've been wanting to draw this picture literally since last year, because last year is when I first seen RE4, and when I seen that beginning cutscene, I was like, yo, I want to draw that. But I never actually did. I don't know why, I just never did. So yeah. And since the RE4 remake, they're remaking the original game. Yeah, they're just like making it better, I guess, I don't know. Anyways, they're remaking RE4, which this screenshot is from. So then I was like, now is the perfect time. Now is the perfect time to draw this picture that I've been wanting to draw since I first seen the game. But the thing is, I kept struggling on that angle. The reason I wanted to draw this picture was because of the angle, but I couldn't draw it. I couldn't draw it. As you can see here, I'm struggling so much to draw the picture. It just wasn't turning out at all, and I was just getting so like, I was just getting like so mad. Well, I wasn't really getting mad, but later on I did get mad. But yeah, I always thought that the ankle was looking good, and then once I started drawing the face, I realized that it was tilted too much, and it was getting really annoying. So I kept trying and trying, but I just couldn't do it, okay? I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I just kept trying over and over and over again. Like, it took me like 3 hours or so to do this. More like 2, but still. So yeah, here I thought it was the right angle, so I started adding his hair, okay? And this is actually where I started actually liking drawing the hair. But yeah, then I realized that I drew the hair in the wrong perspective. So then I was like, you know what, let me just erase the face and try redrawing it. And then I ended up with this angle, which was not the angle that the original picture was in, right? And when I was drawing this, I kept going, but it made me so mad drawing this picture right here, because I didn't want the picture to be like this. I wanted to do the perspective. The reason I don't like this sketch right here, like I hate it so much, is because all of my pictures look like this, okay? Just a 3/4 point of view, and I hated that, and I didn't want the picture to look like that. So I scrapped this entire picture and redrew it all over again, okay? I hate this picture so much. So I got mad at the sketch that I drew earlier, so I just started scribbling over the whole picture. Not really scribbling, but I just started like, whenever I'm mad at a drawing, I'll just start scribbling whatever. And then I started just like sketching out this little face, okay? As you can see, I got mad and I tried to do the angle again, okay? But this time with a thicker brush so I could see it more clearly. But yeah, this is where I started to draw just a completely different picture because I was just mad, okay? So here I started to draw more in like a cartoony type of style, and I just stuck with that because it was so annoying. I don't know why the picture is frozen like that. Let's say it. I was probably undoing a million times, okay? But yeah, so I got mad, so I started to just scribble, okay? Just scribble stuff down. And I drew this silly little face, and it started something. Okay, this silly little face started an entire picture, okay? So I started drawing this in and stuff, and now it looks like this. So since I drew that silly little sketch, the only thing to do is color in the silly little sketch, okay? So here I brought in the ink pen brush, okay? Anytime I do a cartoony type of art style, I usually like to use this brush. I don't know why, but yeah, this brush in a cartoony art style, it's just giving, you know? So yeah, I don't really know why, I don't know. Anyways, I don't really like to waste time, and drawing that entire sketch made me so mad because I wasted literally 2 hours on trying to sketch a picture. Usually my sketches take about 30 minutes to an hour, but this sketch took 2 hours. So then I was like, you know what? I might as well color it in. I might as well do that because there's no way I'm having this go to waste. Yeah, plus I did kind of like this photo. Now looking back at it, I don't like this photo. But back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like, what, 3 days ago or so? I liked this picture. But now I don't. Anyways, yeah, so here I tried to match the color. I couldn't really take the colors from the picture because the picture was way too dark. Everything was in shadows. So I had to make my own colors. Yeah, it's the closest to the picture, I guess. Super cartoony. I decided to use a purple color. I decided to use a purple color for shading, and I set the blending mode to overlay or linear light, one of those. And I was originally only using purple as like I'll put the shading in, I'll put the colors in, and then I'll change the color later. But I ended up liking purple as the shadows. I don't know why, but yeah, I ended up keeping purple as the shadows because it just looked really good. Yeah, the shadows were my favorite part. I really liked doing the face shadows. It was really fun. And shading his hair too. Not shading his hair, but doing the highlights, I don't know. After I inked it, I realized that his hair looked weird, but I already inked the photo, and I didn't feel like going back and redrawing his hair, so I just kept it. So yeah, here I was doing the background. Now I originally was gonna blur out the background, but then I don't know why I didn't. I just forgot, I guess. But yeah, in the end, this picture did look like a sticker. It wasn't supposed to end up like that. Like if you want, subscribe if you want. And yeah.